but if we could do them at the end, that would, again, help us not be here until next week, Wednesday. I also put a little bag on your chair. I just want to go over quickly what's in the bag. There's a business card, of course, and there's a $5 off coupon. I have this little cabin in my backyard. The dog business is also in my backyard. I live off 64th Street between Holland and Saugatuck, kind of close to Dunes View and the Saugatuck Burger King in that area. And I have this little cabin in my backyard, and I do so much more than teas. I make health and beauty products like deodorant and toothpaste and lotion, and I have a whole kids section. I do a lot of all natural things for dogs, right? Health and wellness, like I have my cold and flu kit right now. So, you know, you buy the kit and you keep it in the closet, because when that cold or flu hits, the way most all natural homeopathic things work is, you know, you take it at the onset. You don't wait till you're sick. So having it in the house is critical. Things like that. I do a lot of teas, tinctures, glycerites. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe how much stuff I packed in that little 8x10 cabin, but it's all there. So there's a little coupon if you want to come out and shop at the cabin. That's done by appointment, okay? I also teach classes. I have another building in my backyard we call the classroom, and I teach a lot of really great classes. So January is breaking up with sugar. Sugar is incredibly toxic, incredibly inflammatory. I gave it up about 2.5 years ago, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made holistically in my life. Was it easy? Not gonna lie, it was pretty hard, but I have come up with some tips and tricks that make it a lot easier. Love Your Liver in February. Happy Tummies, Happy Tails. That's a gut health class for my dog-loving friends. Being in the dog business for 30 years, every fourth or fifth dog that comes into my facility comes in on Apoquel and Cytopoint and allergy meds that are very harmful long-term, and really all it is a gut issue. Heal the gut, heal just about everything. That's for people and dogs. Spring into cleaning. I make all my own cleaning products at home. Anything with perfumes and fragrance and chemicals should not be in your home. So in this class, you learn how to make 4 different cleaning products. And all these classes, you take something home, kind of like what we're doing with the hot chocolate today, which I'll get to in a second. Here comes the sun. You're going to take home a natural sunscreen. Again, oh, them sunscreens are so incredibly toxic. And, you know, they've tricked us into thinking that the sun is bad for us when it's not. Actually, way back in like the 1920s, 30s, hospitals used to have atriums where people would go sit in the sun because they knew then that sunshine is critical to our body, making vitamin D and some other things, right? Bone health, bone health. A lot of osteoporosis is due to lack of sunshine, period. Now, you don't want to go out and burn your skin, but anyway, that's a different class you can sign up for. And then bug off, learning to make our own. You can choose from a human bug spray or a dog flea and tick spray in that class. So just a little bit about that. And then just a little bit about herbal, a little more education on herbal teas, the why and the what for. So that's what's in there. All right, let's get going. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the 5 teas that I brought today. We're going to talk about sweeteners. A lot of people like their teas sweetened, so we're going to talk about some safe sweeteners and promotional products that you can buy here. I did bring these teas with me for you to purchase if you want, okay? You don't have to. They come in bags like this. There's 20 servings in each of these bags, and they're 12 each or 2 for 20. Just, I didn't put the price on here, so I need to mention.
Tea, right?
They're loose leaf tea, yes. Yeah. Do you sell like tea infusers and things like that here? To put loose leaf tea in?
We carry a tea infuser. I don't know if we do, but we have, yeah, all kinds of.
Okay. Awesome. They're really inexpensive to pick up if you don't have one. I do a monthly newsletter, so if you're interested in signing up for the newsletter, there's a place to do that. And then after my little presentation, we're going to go into here, and we are going to make and take home our Happy Harmony hot chocolate. And it is amazing. It is made with organic cacao, cinnamon, ashwagandha root powder, and maca root powder. So ashwagandha root and maca root are what we call adaptogen herbs, and it's just like it sounds. They help the body adapt. So if you're feeling a little anxious, it's going to calm you. If you're feeling a little sluggish, it's going to pick you up. It's amazing. God knew what he was doing, and he gave us everything we needed to balance our bodies, right? So I love that Happy Harmony hot chocolate. I do want to mention there's a QR code here that you're going to want to scan with your phone before you leave today. Because I created a document that tells you all about the hot chocolate, how to brew the hot chocolate, and then there's 4 recipes at the end that are quite creative. And one of them was to add the Happy Harmony hot chocolate to your oatmeal. So I did that this morning, and it was so good. Highly recommend. I sliced up some bananas in there and some walnuts, and it was really tasty. So I don't do good with dairy, and I don't do good with almond milk. I don't like oat milk. I'm not a milk person, so I was looking for ways, because I love the benefits of the Happy Harmony hot chocolate. So I'm like, how else can I get this? Yeah, the oatmeal. It's fantastic. Awesome. All right, so who I am, I told you who I am. I am a certified herbalist. I did bring my certification along with me. I'm also a certified dog trainer, a certified CBD consultant, and I am in training to be a holistic naturopath, but that's going to take some time. What I am not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Everything you learn here is for educational purposes only. I have to tell you that, right? Always check with your doctor or pharmacist, especially if you're pregnant or you're taking medications, okay? My goal is to empower you with safe, all natural remedies, and you need to do your research and make informed choices. I do private consultations where I literally go through and look, like I get a list of medications you're on. I'll go through and research all the contraindications with the herbs, because herbs are medicine. Really, they are. And you got to be careful. So again, you have all my information. If that's something you're interested, you can just email me. I do a free 15-minute consult just to kind of get an idea of where we're at. A lot of times I can make simple recommendations from there. But if it's anything out of that wheelhouse, we'll have to do a little deeper consultation, and I charge a little bit for that. All right. What's in the bag? I think Melissa, questions at the end. Okay, I'm just checking my list because, we don't want to be here till Wednesday. So herbal tea, why herbal tea? There's a lot of reasons. Herbal tea is the gentlest way to introduce herbs into the body. I also do tinctures and glycerites, but the tea is the gentlest way. If you're new to herbalism and, new to all of this, tea is the great place to start. You almost can't go wrong with an herbal tea. Even if you're on some medications, most of the teas are very, very safe. Kids, right, you gotta be really careful with children. Herbs are naturally mineral rich, and Melissa and I had this conversation this morning. They've pushed for so long, drink water, drink water, drink water, you gotta drink your weight times whatever in water every day. Good news is that's true. Hydration, you gotta stay hydrated. We as a society, we are chronically dehydrated. The bad news is our water is completely dead, it's depleted. You drink bottled water, you're wasting your money, your time, everything, it's dead. The way our cells work, the way our body hydrates is you need minerals for the water, the hydration to get in the cells. Lack of minerals, you just pee out the water, and it's not of any value at all. Well water, who knows what's in there? City water, don't drink it. I'm just gonna say that, don't drink it. It's full of chemicals, right? So what do? I have a Berkey. Have you ever heard of a Berkey? It's like a silver thing with filters in it, and we have well water, so I run my well water through my Berkey. My kids all laugh at me because I take it everywhere I go. if I'm going to be gone overnight, or, we just had a family vacation and here comes mom with her motorhome and her Berkey. I have to have my motorhome because I have to take all my things. So that's what I do. But the beauty of herbal teas is all these herbs are very rich in minerals. So actually, herbal tea for hydration is better for your body than just water. So I drink a lot of herbal tea. I do drink water. I have it in my cup today, but when I drink 48, 56 ounces of water a day, I feel sluggish. I feel awful. I don't feel good with that much water. So everybody's a little different. Your bodies are unique, but bottled water, city water, causing more harm than good, right? Do a little research into some kind of a water filtration system if you can. And if not, at least get some herbal teas in you. Another tip is a little bit of Celtic salt. Just a pinch of Celtic salt under your tongue every time you fill up your water bottle. That's not plastic. That is going to help you get the minerals that you need. There's a couple salts, any kind of a high mineral salt. There's a Baja salt, a Celtic salt. That is going to help the minerals will help the water actually get into the cells, okay? Minerals, yep, how to drink. Losing the pharmaceutical mindset. So I grow or forage most of the herbs that I use. Anything I don't grow or forage, I buy from a sustainable company like Herbco, Frontier, Star West Botanicals. Country Life has an amazing supply of herbs here, the best I've seen anywhere, really. And if you look at the bags, it's Frontier, it's Herbco, it's all the same places I buy my herbs from. Don't get them on Amazon because you'll see Frontier and Herbco on Amazon, but that's sold through a third party, and you have no idea how long those have been sitting in somebody's warehouse or basement. So in a pinch, it's better than nothing, Amazon, but you got to be a little careful. I would order straight from the company if you can. Herbs work through gentle, steady nourishment. So, for example, let's say, I forgot my little, Melissa, will you help me, sweetie? Somewhere, because you have no idea what these teas are.
I do not.
There are these. So this is our Women's Health. Sat here for a half hour with nothing to do and forgot, will you just pull these, see if you can find these. This is the joint soothing. Well, that makes more sense, right? Be Happy is here.
This is online, so.
Sorry. I goofed.
Perfect.
I don't have this
Oh, you
one.
don't have that one?
We need Sugar Stop. Can we find a Sugar Stop? I'll let you do that. I'm so sorry. So where was I? So that losing the pharmaceutical mindset. So let's say the joint soothing tea. Your joints are achy today. This is not something that you make a cup of joint soothing tea and your joints stop aching, right? This is something you make a daily part of your regimen if you suffer from joint pain and inflammation. I'm not in there? Mm-hmm. Really? Dig deeper, Melissa.
Okay.
At least we'll know this one is a Sugar Stop, process of elimination, right? So joint soothing, I broke my foot the morning of my granddaughter's baby shower with 40 people coming to my house. And I lived on this joint soothing tea. I made a quart every morning, drank it through the day. I never took pain medicine the whole time. And it was painful, so it was super helpful. But my point of this is herbal tea. It's not something where you have a headache and drink the migraine tea, right? You make this a daily part of your regimen. And I mix it up, right? So today I'm here, so I made a quart of my brain tea because it helps me focus with my ADHD. If I wake up stiff and sore in the morning, I'm going to make a quart of my joint soothing tea. This time of year, when it gets dark at 5 o'clock, I'm at a loss. All right, that's okay, sweetie.
Here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your help. Lost my train of thought. What was I saying? I don't know. Oh, so, yeah, so I change it up, right? This time of year, it gets dark at 5 o'clock. You haven't seen the sun in 11 days. So if I wake up and I'm just feeling a little, I'll drink my Be Happy tea. This is amazing stuff. And this is really good, hot or cold. So it's fantastic. In my giving up sugar process, I made a quart of the Sugar Stop every day. And that was my go-to every single day. It was really helpful in giving up the sugar. Why buy from an herbalist? Like I said, most of these teas are homegrown or foraged. So these is what I call medicinal quality teas. These are very potent herbs. They haven't been sitting on a shelf or a warehouse or anything like that. They are fresh. I'm not certified organic, but I can tell you they're grown without pesticides or herbicides or anything like that. Everything is completely natural. We have 23 acres. I have just about every herb. I said to my husband, long story, we're neighbors. I said, whoever lived on your property before you had to be an herbalist because you have everything growing over here, and it's wonderful. So that worked out really good for me. So we're going to talk about these individual teas, and I'm not going to go through all of the herbs that's in every tea. I just kind of want to point out some of them. So the Be Happy tea, actually I'm going to start with a joint soothing tea. So this has white willow bark. White willow bark is actually where aspirin came from many years ago. It has salicylic acid in it, which is the same ingredient that aspirin has in it. It's just this is naturally derived. What's in aspirin is man-made. They took the components of this, broke it down, made it in a lab, and that's what's in aspirin, right? So, but this is where they got the idea for that. So that's good. It's a natural pain and inflammation support. Also eases joint and muscle discomfort. It has nettle leaf, which is very rich in the minerals that we talked about, and then meadowsweet, which is cooling and soothing. A lot of that joint inflammation is hot, right? So that meadowsweet is going to cool, and it works very well synergistically with the willow bark. Now, if you're already taking aspirin in low doses, you got to be a little careful with this. Maybe I have to tell you that. And if you're on any blood thinning medications, you want to be careful with that. And if that's an issue, you can always email me and we can talk about that. Let me see here. Is this in the right order? Yeah, we're just going to go with it. So the Sugar Stop, this is a Sugar Stop. This has lemon verbena, which actually curbs cravings. So not only is it good in your journey if you want to cut down or give up on sugar, but it's also an amazing weight loss tea. Schisandra berries, that supports that stress-related eating that we all do, right? Yeah. Cinnamon, which balances blood sugar. Ginger, which is good, it's a metabolic support, right? Licorice root supports adrenals and stress response. And then yarrow is good for digestion and circulation. So all of these herbs in one tea support your pancreas, support your blood sugar. You will be amazed. My sugar cravings hit me the worst after dinner. And that's actually a precursor to diabetes. So if you get strong cravings after dinner, you want to be really careful with that. Both my parents got geriatric onset diabetes. I'm 63 years old, so now is when I need to pay attention. So that's a big reason why I gave up sugar, and I wouldn't have done it without this. But after dinner, because this is, when you taste it, it's really sweet. The licorice root is sweet, right? The ginger, the cinnamon, it's delicious. I made a cup of this hot after dinner, and those cravings went away after about a week or so. So it was fantastic. Our fireside mulled mulled cider, addicting. It's really good. It's only as healthy as the cider you make it with. So this is an organic honey crisp apple cider, and then the fireside tea. You brew it just like a tea, only you use apple cider instead of water, and it's delicious. And it does have some health benefits. Cinnamon, which supports that blood sugar, because there's a lot of natural sugar in the apple cider, right? Clove, which is immune and antioxidant support. Ginger, which is gut and circulation. Orange peel, uplifting, digestive, high in vitamin C. And allspice, which is cozy digestive support. But I really make this because I get a lot of people who say, I'm not a tea drinker. Well, try this if you're not a tea drinker. Or we have the Happy Harmony hot chocolate, right? So when I do vendor shows and stuff, I'm just trying to show you that there's lots of creative ways to get these herbs in your body, not just tea. So this is really delicious. It's one of our biggest sellers. All right, where are we at here? The Be Happy tea. This is one of my favorites this time of year. Like I said, I get a little funked out in this weather. I'm not outside as much as I'm used to. We have a homestead and a farm, so in the spring, summer, fall, I'm outside all day, every day. Winter, I'm like, oh gosh, is it spring yet? Come on. This has St. John's wort in it, which is very effective for like seasonal affective disorder. But if you're taking any SSI medication, you do not want to. You can taste it, that's not going to hurt you, but this is not for you. The combination of the two is not okay. But serotonin actually St. John's wort actually increases the serotonin level in your brain, and that's your happy hormone, right? So that's how that works. Rose petals for emotional softening and heart-centered calm. Hawthorn, which supports the physical and emotional heart. Passion flower is good for anxiety and tension relief. Lemon balm is very mood-lifting and calming. And then it has cinnamon and orange peel, which just in there mostly for flavor. So yes, no SSIs or heart meds. If you're taking heart meds because of the hawthorn, you gotta be a little careful with this, okay? All right. The Women's Health Tea, this is on the end. This is another tea that I drink a lot. With my age, you've got all the hormonal stuff, right? Everything on our planet is some kind of a hormonal disruptor, let me tell you. Your laundry soap, your lotion, your shampoo, your conditioner, anything with the word fragrance in it, your air fresheners, anything that smells yummy and good is not your friend unless it's a natural essential oil. And even that, I recently adopted a little King Charles Cavalier puppy. Her name is Ember, and she's very special, and she's friends with Fritzy. And
She's his girlfriend.
I know, they love each other so much. It's so cute. But she is, I used to do like diffusers, essential oil diffusers in my home, and I can't do anything with her in the house. She gets all this eye drainage and eye boogers no matter what. Even lavender and chamomile causes her a little, some kind of something going on here. So I stopped doing that. Essential oils are great, but again, you got to be a little careful, do your research. They're not all safe, especially if you have animals in the home. So we just stopped all that. A clean home or clean clothes or a clean body smells like nothing. You shouldn't really smell anything, right? So keep that in mind. I know we want everything to smell yummy, but it really is detrimental to your health, especially your hormones. So the Women's Health Tea. I also have a Manly Man Tea. I don't get a lot of men that show up at these, and I'm so sad because you're here today. I know. But I have a Manly Man Tea. You can order it online. It's amazing supports everything men. It increases testosterone. It's just a really great tea. But back to the women's health. It helps, the chasteberry in here helps regulate hormones, PMS, and cycle balance. Red clover, that's a gentle phytoestrogen support. It's nourishing to tissues. Motherwort, that's for PMS, anxiety, emotional overwhelm. It's also good for heart support. The oat straw, that's a nervine. It supports our nervous system, rebuilds from burnout, right? Raspberry leaf, it strengthens and tones. A lot of my pregnant mamas can take raspberry leaf in their second and third trimester. It helps the uterus be nice and strong and ready for childbirth. Supports reproductive system. And then the lemon balm, that's for stress, overwhelm, and mood support. All of that is in this one tea. And if you have any kind of a hormonal imbalance, you're going, yes, please, sign me up. Where do I buy that? It's really fantastic. It just supports everything in the female system, right? No matter what age. Perimenopause can start as early as late 20s, early 30s. My 18-year-old granddaughter drinks a lot of this. She had a lot of trouble with hormones. Her period was crazy and she had a lot of pain, and so she stopped drinking the energy drinks and she now drinks the women's tea, and she has improved significantly. So that is a really good one. So these are our teas. So I'm going to ask you a quick question. I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. Which tea blend are you, okay? Raise your hand if you're stressed, but still trying to be cute. Oh, come on, that's everybody. You're the Be Happy tea, okay? My joints have been complaining since 1998. That's the joint soothing tea. Sugar is my toxic ex. Sign up for that sugar class because you're going to learn so much. Giving up sugar is not about willpower. You will be amazed at what causes all of that. And once you find out what our food industry has done to us, you're going to be real mad, okay? So, but once you have that, knowledge is power. Once you know that, it really motivates you to stay on track because it is hard. Sugar lights up the same part of the brains as cocaine. Processed sugar. It's a true story. Yeah, not good. I'm cozy season obsessed. Do you love this time of year? The fireplace, the warmth? That's the fireside mulled cider. My hormones run the house. I'm just renting a room. That's the women's tea. Thank you for the laugh. All right. Let's see here. So what we're going to do now is let's talk real quickly about healthy sweeteners, because now I have lightly sweetened all of these teas today. Well, not the fireside because the apple cider is sweet enough, right? But what I use and what I highly recommend, and they sell it here, is just the cut and sifted loose leaf stevia. Now I grow my own. I use this because, again, my mom and dad were geriatric onset diabetic, so I don't want that in my life. I saw the repercussions of that, and I said, no, thank you. So what I do is when I add my herbal blend to my infuser, I just take a pinch of this, and I pour my hot water over the whole thing, right? And it sweetens it deliciously, all naturally. Stevia does not spike your blood sugar, so it's a great all-natural sweetener. Now, let's talk about the sweetener you can buy in the store. When I grow my stevia, it's green. Why is the stevia in the store white? Because it's processed. And they mix it with erythritol, which not great. Okay in small doses. I noticed the monk fruit that they sell here has the erythritol in it. I stay away from it. That's my own personal choice. I buy organic monk fruit sweetener on Amazon, but it's 100% organic, and monk fruit is the only ingredient. Okay, so if you don't drink a lot of it, this is absolutely fine, but I am a huge tea drinker and I don't want to consume that much of the erythritol. So you can get organic monk fruit without it. It's kind of pricey, but you only use a tiny little bit.
So I've grown some stevia, and when you eat the raw leaf,
Yeah.
it's like so sweet, it's bitter.
So sweet. Is it bitter?
For me, in my palate, it was like too sweet, just eating the
Too
raw
sweet,
leaf.
absolutely.
But then, at one time, we actually dried it, and I
Yes.
dried it dry, and it's much more palatable dry.
Right.
Making a tea sounds really, really good.
Yes, with the dried stevia. Just put it in the dehydrator. That's what I do. And then it's amazing. It is amazing. And I find the processed stevia to have like an aftertaste, like a diet pop of some kind, yes.
So I've tried stevia from the store before, like drops and stuff, but it's made my stomach upset. But is it probably because of what you're talking about?
Yeah, yep.
Not the stevia itself?
I would try something like this to see how you do with it, because you only need a really small amount. I'm not kidding. I mean a pinch, right? I use the monk fruit in my organic coffee because I don't want this floating in my coffee. No, thanks. So the monk fruit, you just mix it in. Yes.
You use a pinch. When you say a pinch, you're talking about like if you make a cup of tea, or you're talking about if you make a whole big pot of tea, when you use a pinch?
So if I make a quart of tea, I use about a teaspoon of the stevia. If I'm making a cup of tea, which I only do hot, I'm talking maybe an eighth of a teaspoon, quarter of a teaspoon, maybe. Everybody's different, and you'll adjust it to your own taste. I would start with a really small amount and see how you like it. You can always add more, right? You had a question?
Have you ever know of allulose?
Yeah, allulose. It doesn't taste sweet enough for me.
I use it in baking.
Baking, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yes,
What about like coconut sugar?
coconut sugar is great. Lower on the, and we've got some up here, lower on the glycemic index scale if you're worried about that. And as long as it's all natural and organic, absolutely. There's some sustainable issues with coconut sugar. So if you are concerned about the universe and all of that kind of stuff, you'll want to kind of check into it a little bit. But other than that, it's a great sweetener. Raw honey, just make sure it's raw and unprocessed, right? If you can find local honey, that's great for allergies. This is a little too high even in natural sugars for me, but I love the depth that honey gives teas. So I will do it on occasion, right, just because I like it. The monk fruit, this is the organic coconut sugar, and these are all products they sell here, right? So this is really good in oatmeal because it has like a brown sugar taste to it, a little lighter than brown sugar, but much healthier than even organic brown sugar. So yeah, it's a good option. Don't overlook good old maple syrup. Again, maybe not in tea, but sometimes in tea, I guess, if you love it. They also have maple sugar powder. I didn't know that. Yes. Question?
What do you think about sucanat?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That's from a root, right? I've never used it. Yeah, I think that's a root, a plant root. If it's natural, try it. Just make sure it wasn't natural at one time and then it went through some kind of a processing, right? Like the stevia you get in the store. Yeah. Yep. All right, there's the sweeteners. Maca root, ashwagandha. All right, so I'm going to let you, so what we're going to do, maybe we'll just come up row by row maybe. There's some little cups down there. You can try little samples of the tea here, okay? Use 1 cup and just kind of go down the road and sample the ones that you want. And then, Melissa, do you want them in here next? Do they take their chairs, or what do we do? No? Why don't you just come back and sit down for a second, and then we'll kind of go, you think, as a group? Okay, let's do that. So let's start. Oh, one more thing. Let's do one more thing. I want everyone to reach under your chair, and you got to kind of reach far. If you find a sucker, you won a prize. Well, you found kind of a sucker. Keep fishing. It's under there. She found the tape, lost the sucker. It's on the floor. Luckily, I remembered what chair, huh?
How many are they looking for?
Just one.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
This is a little gift for you. It's our tea for 2. So this has the fireside spice tea and some little fun things and some raw clover honey. So enjoy. Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, come on and just come up and sample. Yes, the one that doesn't have a label. And
Do you have that for sale?
I do.
Do I turn?
Yep. There you go.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I need a happy tea.
Yeah, you need to be happy tea. Now, these are lightly sweetened, so when you buy the teas, they're unsweetened, and you can sweeten to your own taste, a little more or a little less.
Can we take more than one?
Yeah, you can taste more than one. You can taste them all, absolutely.
And do you think there is a difference in
Here.
hot versus cold?
Sometimes. Sometimes there is. For example, the cold and sinus one just works better hot because you're actually breathing the steam as well. Isn't that ridiculous? I know. You know, the steam is actually beneficial. What else? I did the sugar stop hot after dinner.
Is that's the one without?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I need. Can I drink the gallon?
Where? I don't know where that is. I'm going to have to make a new one now. Silly me. Which one did you try? The sugar stop?
I tried this one.
Sugar stop?
I tried this
The Be Happy.
and I tried this.
And you tried this one? The Women's Health? Yep.
I don't know about my choice.
You might as well try it. In case you need it someday. This is more like what you would expect an herbal tea to taste like, the Women's Health and this one. These two are warmer tones, cinnamon, ginger, and this is just ridiculously good.
I am like a,
Perfect, perfect.
I tried to make some cold tea before, but it was a disaster.
You know, we're going to talk about brewing, so once we get back to our seats, that's a really good question, so remind me, we'll talk about how to brew herbal tea, because that's important.
And where's the sugar one?
Right here, the one without a name.
I've been sugar.
As hard as Melissa tried.
I'm sure it's somewhere. You'll find it.
I know, silliness. Let me know if I need to lift these a little bit. Which one, the sugar stop?
Infusers, we do have tea infusers, I stand corrected, so they're only like $3 or $4, so if you want to pick up one for loose leaf teas here.
Here's all the ingredients.
And you can put your stevia in there too.
Yeah, you could do, yeah, you could put the TV in there, yeah.
Stevia with
Got it?
if readers have like the one row at a time go in and make their stuff,
Do you want to guide them through that process? Yeah, why don't we do that?
that way you can kind of talk about it
Keep
first,
going, okay, very good.
as they come in, and once everyone's done, then you can keep going.
Okay, sounds fantastic.
Yes, this is the jar from.
So, once you're done sampling the tea, go in here and Melissa will show you how to make your little hot chocolate to take home today, okay?
Do you want them to go there now?
What do you mean? The loose leaf tea? About a year. After a year, it will lose a little efficacy, but it doesn't go bad as long as you keep it in a cool, dark place. Right?
Oh, okay. But
When you make the tea, you can put it in the fridge for about 3 days.
so you wouldn't recommend tea that's been 2 or 3 years? It's kind of too
Not really, yeah. Yeah. It's if you're, especially for medicinal properties, if you're drinking it for medicinal properties, it's going to lose a lot of efficacy after that first year. Make sense? This is the sugar stop. No, I don't have anything, but I have some fantastic allergy teas, yes. Yes. Yes, yes. And allergies are almost always gut-related.
Oh, mine are. Yes, I've been tested.
So we gotta heal that
I've
gut.
been told to wash my comforters, my
Yep.
curtains and everything every week.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not dirty like that.
No.
You'd be amazed. The
No.
best nights.
You know, they've got this new vacuum. It's a little portable vacuum. I just bought one. And it's got infrared light and heat. And you just vacuum your mattress like once a week or so. And you wouldn't I thought my mattress was clean. I'm like, what in the world is this? It's amazing. Yeah. I wish I could tell you. If you have my business card, if you want to email me to remind me, I will send you the link to the one that I purchased.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that would, you can do your furniture, your couch.
Recommend with,
Well,
it's dust mites.
it's dust mites. Well, so with the dust mites, then I would just, something like that vacuum is gonna help with the dust mites. And then just something, we have a sinus buster tea that just calms all those symptoms,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And it's good too.
All right, I've got your card.
Thank you. How we doing here, ladies?
I want to do that, but I can't do safety. It basically gave me neuropathy in my hands.
Gave you what?
Neuropathy in my hands. Once I stopped it, it was gone.
I've never heard of
But I
that.
was taking like 5 capsules. So I may have been, but I've taken that amount for a long time.
Weird.
That was really weird. I was so worried I had like diabetes or something. But we looked
Yes,
it
the
up.
neuropathy, yeah.
We looked it up and it
Interesting.
said that can be a side effect of taking it. But I take
I've never heard that. Yeah.
for anxiety and stuff.
Yep, 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 yep.
By my doctor, and I love that stuff.
Yeah, you can't take the two together.
I
Yeah,
have been for a long time.
really. I've been taught not to take the two together. Any kind of an SSI, maybe. Yep.
I don't think I'll give up L-theanine. I love it. Yeah. And it's in my matcha tea.
Oh,
that I
that's
drink.
really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
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 And that gives you energy too. Matcha.
I love matcha.
This is what the marshmallows are everywhere. Yeah, they're all vegan, so.
It's cold in here, freezing. Yes, sir.
I know that's
My daughter has
Yeah.
Sorry.
she's had surgery, she's getting chemo.
Hey, you?
With juicing also, she's doing juicing and things like that. But what tea is a good immune system?
So,
And what was your name again?
a big one that's really popular is soursop tea for cancer. Have, somebody needs to email me so I can do a deep dive, right? Because lots of different cancers, breast cancer can be hormonal, it can be genetic, it can be this, it can be that. I'm not a doctor, I'm really careful. I just share what I know, and then you can kind of research it from there, talk to your oncologist. Not all oncologists are on board with natural remedies, some are, some aren't. So there's so many variables. Yeah, there's a lot. Apricot seeds, that's a really popular thing right now for cancer that people are doing. So, I'd love to share all of that with you, but it's too much to try to talk about here. But if you shoot, my card is in there, shoot me an email and we can, and I will send love and light to your daughter in my meditations because that hurts my heart. It's hard being an empath.
Yeah, she's 41.
How old?
41.
So sorry.
She has 2 children, 5 and 8 years old.
Oh,